Hey guys, it's Hicker and welcome back to Alan Wake's American Nightmare. So, third cycle. Potentially the final cycle. Hoping the final cycle, honestly. Because there's only a certain amount of times I can play, you know, the same thing over and over and over again before I get bored. Well, that's new. That's not what I wanted, but I'll take it. I'll just shoot you with my assault rifle. That might hurt still. I got it. And dead. Well, that wasn't so difficult. I'm actually curious. Am I actually playing this on the hardest difficulty or not? I'm not even saying that as an ego thing. This is really easy.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
Wait. All this has been... Okay. I mean, if you're gonna just make this even quicker for me... I am totally okay with this. And then time for the music I can't use because copyright. Okay, we've seen this all before. Okay, hi guys. I'm just gonna get away from you all. We're gonna just charge right on through here.
Next stop, saving Emma.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume if I can save Emma, then I would assume that I'm on the final side. There. Right. So, deal with you. Alright, I got rid of all your stuff, so... Oh, great, I ran out of ammo! Sorry, Sheriff. Oh, come on! Stop throwing shit at me. Well, actually, if you're gonna keep throwing stuff at me and it helps me kill this guy, then by all means, continue to throw stuff at me. Ooh, a manuscript page. I'll take it.
Getting the Andersons into the recording studio was a struggle and a half. But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music. Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
Alright, cool. Probably won't match up to Lady of the Light, though. Even though, by God, do they make that stick in your head just purely down to...
Is it bad that this time I just went, oh, he's gonna be
Not as long as I show up, I guess.
Okay, I think I'm surrounded. That's the wrong button. Oh, that's the wrong thing I wanted. Oh, that's cheating. I can cheat. Infinite ammo. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Excuse me. Excuse me, Nosferatu. I just want to reload. God. Okay, this works. Excuse me. Nice haymaker. Christ, you got a lot of health. Stop. Stop it.
Clear now.
Uh-huh. Alright then. Okay. Let's go with this.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
Well, it's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough. You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out. It didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Good for you.
Plus, I figured I'd take the edge off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Those herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh, shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Or figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I got a new predicament. Give me a second. I realized that my window was open. Thank God I wasn't screaming about poop or anything. So there's a fuse box on which I need to fix. First modes, let's listen to the radio. But it looks like this is the final cycle.
Well, art lovers, are you feeling neglected? You shouldn't. You know Eddie Rodman's got love for you, which is why I actually hauled myself out of bed before noon, just so I could record an interview for your pleasure. Enjoy. Now, as I'm sure you all know, the annual Night Springs Visual Arts Show is coming around again, and that's a big deal for all of us that are in the culture business. If you can call it a business. That's a little controversial, I know.
Oh, that's okay. Money makes the world go around, no doubt about it.
And that's one of my guests here at the studio, Serena Valdivia. She's a curator at the Night Springs Gallery of Visual Arts, and she's in charge of the NSVA Film Festival, held this year at the old Night Springs Drive-In Theater.
Hello, Eddie. It's great to be here. And let me just say that it's a wonderful venue.
Absolutely. And with her is one of the filmmakers, somebody who's actually primarily known as a renowned photographer, Alice Wake.
Hello.
Alice, I've seen a lot of your work over the years. It's very impressive. My wife's a big fan, actually.
Oh, thank you.
You've gained quite a bit of fame as a photographer, but that's not why you're here, right? You actually have a film. That's a little surprising.
For me, too. I really wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for Serena.
You two are friends, I take it?
Yeah, we move in the same circles. So, about a year ago, I heard about all this footage she'd shot, and I got to see some of it, and then I started pestering her about actually putting it out there, because it was really good. I didn't really want to show it. It felt too personal.
Well, yes, I can understand that. It features your husband, and he's, well...
He's dead.
I thought he was missing.
It's been 2 years. This sounds awful, but yes, I believe he's dead. Otherwise he would have, well, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Well, hold that thought, and we'll be right back.
Boy, she doesn't have a lot of faith in me, does she? So the fuse box, it's either over there. If I remember correctly, you're over there, which I think that's just restock on some ammo, because by God, why would you do this? I get that this is trying to be more arcadey, but Oh, great. What does Mr. Scratch want to talk to me about?
So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not gonna keep him around, that's for sure. Al? Ugh, little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do. I actually kinda like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown, that's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business. Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town? They keep in touch. Barry's about the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that? I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would talk about friends, but my best friend's a complete high horror fanatic freak. Fusey Bucks hides where a Fusey Bucks would. There is wood, not what I mean. Where is he? Fusey Bucks, look out! That door is locked like shit. Well, I think I found the fuse box after making a complete circle around it. Let's just deal with the heavy stuff. Especially since he seems like a durable bastard. Well, while I do this. Ow! That's just rude. I'm more... Did I get him? Now I did. I'm more convinced than ever that, Okay, how do I secure the fuse box then? Did that do it? More convinced than ever that this sounds like... What's that? Is he... full ammo thing here? Yeah. I'm almost convinced this sounds like the Tomb Raider, like, thing. The Tomb Raider M16. Except now it's compressed. I am 100% convinced at this point. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm convinced. I will believe my own lies.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world. Listen, I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
Well, alrighty, I guess I walk out and go to the next bit. No? Do I have to go to the motel? Apparently I do. Well then.
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the Champion of Light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this.
Okay, so... how long have I been playing this for? If you add in all of the gaps and such, and the pausing and such...
Returning to the observatory for what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows he will have what he needs.
So what I think I'm going to do is, I don't care how long this episode is, I'm going to finish it in this session. So let's finish it in this session.
Hello, I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
Cool. So yeah, it seems like they just are massively speeding everything up now. Okay, so if I had to make an assumption, I have to get in there, I have to get to that fuse box to turn on emergency power lights. I don't need my assault rifle for this. Also, these are weaker now. I just two-shot that guy. Yeah, that was easy. Hello, what are you? What are you? What are you? Are you ammo? You're just ammo. Oh, wait, no, you're a manuscript page. Sweet.
This act of creation is exhilarating and frightening. Subtext and symbols loom eager to take effect. Causality and consequence become domino chains that stretch into infinity. The more fundamental the change, the more unpredictable the variables become. Reality is too complex to control completely. Ordinary questions become meaningless. Who created who? What is really real? Everything is as real as everything else. You learn to let go of the things you can't control and go with the flow, or go insane.
And wasn't there another one that I've got? Yeah.
The film noir poster reminded me of Alex Casey, the detective's cool exterior never cracking even with the gun pointed in his face. In the back room, all the lights had been turned off, except for the lone spotlight which illuminated the bright red fire extinguisher on the wall.
Ah, I get it. I get it now. It's basically telling me, like, what's expected. So that means I'll get the third fragment from here. There we go. Yeah, we'll just take the shortcut up here. Okay, let's.
This is what you look like. Does that bother you? I bet it does. I'm not just wearing your face, you know. It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best parts. At first, I was just an idea. But they kept telling all those stories about you. You already had that rep. And then you disappeared mysteriously. And then, the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it? When that happens, you can always count on Cauldron Lake. I'm just as real as you are. And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down. I know you like I know myself. I know it bothers you that I'm like this, that I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
Wow, asshole. Alright, so. Guess we just talk to her then, and that's that, yeah? Then we move on to the final area. Well, this is, I'm just gonna... I don't even know if this is copyright music. Yeah, fuck it. I don't care if it's copyright music. It's kind of awesome, actually, hearing this. Kind of reminds me of, what's the band called? Crazy Licks. That's the one. Although, you know, kind of kills the mood, don't you think? You know, I'm totally okay with this. I said, I'm totally okay with this getting a copyright. Well, you just had to ruin the fun there, didn't you? You doing okay under there, buddy? They're coming from behind, too. Okay, might need some more firepower here. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Seriously, more you guys? It's getting a little silly now. Oh. Okay, the music was actually in time there. So,
There, I have it. But I wish these things would stop blatantly violating the laws of physics in my observatory. That's just rude. Are you alright?
I'll live.
I'm glad. I'll send the lift down to you. I remember our previous encounters very clearly now. But technically, if this really is a loop in time, we've never met before. I don't know why our awareness persists, but it's bloody fascinating.
So she's gone from being a skeptic to a believer. Okay. Weird.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits, but...
The signal! Yes, it's completed.
Finally. If all goes well, This should be the last time we go through the loop.
You know, I just realized that I don't have any memory of what happens after you leave. What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything. If everything goes well, you just keep going. I don't show up here like this again, no more bad guys. Things go back to normal.
Let's hope you're right. I'd love the opportunity to look into this in more detail.
Looks like you've accepted the situation.
I'm a pragmatist. If this is a delusion, at least my first psychotic episode is anything but boring. Really, Mr. Wake, at the end of the day, I'm a scientist. I love mysteries. I love not knowing. Whatever else this might be, it's absolutely fascinating. I wonder how far this reaches. Is everybody in the world experiencing this?
Who knows? I think reality's probably pretty fragile right now. Doctor, I can see you're very enthusiastic about this. I'd appreciate a bit of discretion.
Are you suggesting that we should suppress this?
No. You can do what you like, but I want you to leave me out of it.
But surely, with the things you know, the things you've experienced, you can replicate any of these results. We could—
Let me be blunt. If you drag me into this, I'll deny everything. I'll lie like my life depended on it. And writers are damn good liars. Word of advice. This is things man was not meant to know territory. You get into this, chances are you'll open up a door into a world of hurt. Believe me, I know.
I see.
Another theory as to what actually I'm saying before.
In a strange way, he feels at ease. He is armed with his own words, and when the time comes, they will be enough or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
Alright, so the final bit. So as I was about to say, or the reason why she doesn't remember is because her role in the story is over. And oftentimes with side characters, you never know what happens to them when their role is done in a story. They just vanish.
Once more, we return to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
So I guess I went for the generator first and foremost. Alright. So yeah, that's just my theory, that it's because her role in the story is over. So it's like she just vanishes from the story. Because we don't know if these characters are real. We know that this area, Night Springs, isn't real. It's just a fantasy-made reality due to the power of word.
Oh, you got yourself a little plan, do you?
Yes? Maybe I do. What's it to you? Did the door just lock behind me? Do I have any more of these? Well, I had something, but not what I wanted. This is gonna end poorly. Okay, that's that. Could probably take a shortcut going this way. Or you guys could be here. Alright, you guys. Great, I've only got 3 bullets left in this thing. Okay, that's that problem sorted, but there's more of them coming. Great. Oh well, let's get this power sorted. Also, I found out how much of an idiot I am, because going back... Okay, so it's showing this one. This is the one I have to turn on. Okay, so what's gonna come jumping at me this time? If anything. You gotta wonder how many volts are going through that thing in order to cause that. Why the flicky? Hi, guys. Shit. 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 This is not good. I'm dead. Fuck. Thanks.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never. Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life.
Really? I already know this music's copyright, so I'm just gonna be playing some... I don't know what I'm gonna play in this. But I'm just gonna run from these guys, because I ain't dealing with two King Hillbillies. Oh yeah, this is definitely copyrighted.
What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before!
I mean, you say that, but you're the one that's terrified. Ooh, can I see what you say here? Ooh, manuscript page 2.
There's more to fighting the Taken than just burning away the darkness that protects them. When I'm fighting for my life, I find myself slipping into a state of intense concentration that makes the beam of my flashlight seem more powerful and focused. I used to think it was just my imagination, something brought on by the adrenaline and fear of death. But now I'm not so sure. I've been touched by powers that I can't begin to truly comprehend. And they've left a mark. I'm starting to think this might be a part of it.
I've been around for a while now, you know? Well, you've been indisposed, stuck in the darkness. I've been busy. I operate in the shadows, not always literally. I'm more resilient than those I've taken. But I do my best work in the dark. And there's so much darkness out there that goes deep. And the things that live in it are fast, big bastards. They don't mind getting a little bit of elbow room. All that chaos and madness, it doesn't really do that much down there. It's like pouring a glass of water into the ocean, right? But up here, yeah, you can really make an impact. All they need is someone to bring them all the way through. But first, I had to take care of you. You party pooper. You're stuck in an eternal cycle now. The sun's never coming up for you. Everything else? Do my thing. Get a bit of quality time with Alice. That's a little something for me. And I deserve it.
I think that was a really bad Hannibal Lecter. I can't do it either, but you know what I mean. It's a Hannibal Lecter, you know, thing. Like, that just sounded like he was just puffing gas through his mouth. Okay, let's go save what's her face. Doubt she can do anything to help me, but you know, probably need it. Probably if I kill everything, Alan's gonna be like, oh no, I need to go make sure she's alright. What's up? Got nothing to say to me? Hey.
Oh, hey.
I'm hoping I can put an end to this now.
You'd better. I really don't want that to happen to me again. It's like somebody vomited in my brain, like a sleazy movie that keeps looping in my head.
I'll stop this, I swear.
You know the part that's really screwed up? If you mess it up, it'll just keep happening forever, right? I don't think I can deal with that.
Don't think about that.
I don't think of anything but.
Hey, afterwards, when all this is done, look me up. This thing, I can probably help you deal with it.
I don't know. It's almost like I'm not even in the same world anymore. Everything's just weird now.
Yeah, I know. A lot of that'll pass with time, but being touched by the darkness, it's rough on you. It's a lot to process, and I just don't want you to get completely screwed up by this.
Might be a little late for that, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there's degrees. At least you're not at a point where you go around picking fights with people over not changing their light bulbs often enough.
What?
Never mind. All I'm saying is, you're not alone with this. And anyway, you're friends with Alice, so, you know, any friend of hers.
Thank you.
That's all she has to say. Right, time to stock up on flares and... we'll just go through this. Okay, well, this should do it. Just need to find where to put this film reel in. Okay.
Oh, come on, buddy. Why don't you... What? What is this? No! No! You can't do this! All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go for. It's my turn now. It's my life. It's my life.
Alan? Is it really you?
It's really me.
How? I love you.
I love you.
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn. They both feel it. He's home at last. Are these actual events, or merely a dream? A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time and another place, far, far away from Night Springs.
Okay, that's that. That is Alan Wake's American Nightmare. I mean, it was good to begin with. Oh, wait, that's my friend there. I don't care. I'm plugging that. So, okay. So this is covered. So nothing picks it up. I mean, here's the thing. It was okay. It was okay, like, nearer to the end. Like, it had this weird, like, reverse wave, basically. It started pretty good, and then the first loop came around. And then it got good at the end of the third loop. The problem I have with this game is that it has less atmosphere than the original Alan Wake. It has really less strength than Alan Wake in both terms of, like, the story and everything. And, oh yeah, Groundhog Day, like, logic in games is just stupid and boring, and I hate it. Having to repeat the same thing over and over and over again, it's just... I don't like that. There's a difference between backtracking, and there's backtracking, and then there's literally doing the exact same thing again. And yeah, sure, you can argue, oh, well, the enemy placement's changed, and some of the objectives were sorted, like, for example, the ore ring. You were there for only, like, a couple of minutes because you already had everything you needed, but the fact of the matter is that you're still doing the exact same thing again. It's not a case of whether or not you are having to go back to get the stuff. It's the fact that you are essentially going through the same area with the exact same objectives over and over and over again. You know, it's kind of like grinding an RPG, but the difference is, or in an MMO and such, but the difference is with them is that if you don't want to do that, you can go do other things. So you can, like, take it in bite size. You can go to an area, grind a little bit, go off, do something else just as a palate, you know, cleanser, and then go back to the grind again. With this, you don't have a choice. You have to do this. You have to go through the same thing over and over and over again. And I do not like it at all. I really dislike it because it feels lazy. It feels very lazy. It's apparently it's got, like, this game's got, like, an arcade mode, and the maps are apparently bigger than, like, the free areas. And I'm just thinking, well, couldn't the resources would have been built, to make a better story with more areas than this Groundhog Day stuff? It's just, I don't know, it just bugs me a lot. It just bugs me so much with that, because it's like they apparently have all this big area, and they decide instead to just shove it off to the side and leave the main course, the main thing to be this Groundhog Day thing, and it doesn't work. I don't like that kind of stuff. I don't like going back and doing the same thing over and over and over. And that's the exact same complaint I have with Red Haze, but that's completely different and not important whatsoever and stuff. Now, one of the big things I'm actually checking here is my buddy there. No, my buddy is not there. What the hell, Ryan? You're not there on the moderators? How could you? Now, obviously, a good reason why it was like this was because this was, like, one of the big unveilings of, of the, of the Xbox Live Arcade. Back when it first came out, this was one of the big games to, like, convince you to use the arcade. Okay?
No? Al?
Okay. So it's... I lost my train of thought there. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. I guess in summary... Oh yeah, I was talking about the arcade. It's like, okay, so you got this... that so it doesn't keep doing this. So, okay, great. You want people to play it. You want people to get it from the arcade. Okay, I don't feel that excuses it. I mean, you know, Castle Crashers came out on the arcade. That was a great game. That only had optional backtracking if you wanted to go through it. Why could Alan Wake not do this? I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. It's just Groundhog Day, you know, theories in games, you know, like the Groundhog Day theory stuff really bugs me. Like, it really grinds my gears because I really hate it because it makes even though it was showing to me as I was playing the game that I was having an effect, like each time I was progressing towards this thing, it still feels lazy to me because, again, you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and it doesn't matter if it, and to me, at least to me personally, it doesn't feel like you are being rewarded. It's like you're just being punished for progression because, oh no, you gotta go back and do that thing again. Hey, that bit that you really disliked, yeah, you gotta do that all over again. You know, it's kind of like the whole saving, you know, loading when you die thing, which I mean, it irritates me, but I'm not against it. But this is different because, like, because if it's a load when you die kind of mentality, it's typically your fault for dying, but in this one, it's your fault for proceeding. I don't know. I guess if this game goes on sale, then give it a try. I don't know how much it is now. It's probably like a tenner. Yeah, it's probably worth a tenner. Probably worth a tenner, yeah. So, yeah. That is it for an Alan Wake's American Nightmare. I've been playing this for 40 minutes longer than I was expecting to, but I figured, hey, third cycle is going so quickly, let's just do it all in one fell swoop, yeah? Yeah. So, thank you all for watching me. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know what other horror-like game I'm going to play next. Probably going to go back to Resident Evil 2. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye!